Fur. While we load this one up, this is oh, Mix, you're in here too. So we'll go ahead and do this one, and then I'm here. We'll see if we can get you in a little bit later. I've got slots open for map 7 and 8, replay file 7 and 8, so we can do that one. Does that sound good for you? Get a good mix in that way. Oops. Cool, so now we get to see the opposite of that gameplay. We get to see Mix becoming very selfish. That works. Alright, let's get ourselves a screeny of our Sims. That'll work. Are you running? Look at that flag, you weeb. Okay, anyway. So you've got a personal order as well. Consumables 5 times. I love when I see these and I'm in a cruiser or destroyer, because then I just pop consumables right away. So like I'd immediately pop my speed boost. Hell, I might immediately pop my smoke just for the lulz. You're in a top tier game. One of the things that I like to do, this is under the old pre-rework, so it might not work out so much anymore, but one of the things that I like to do is run my Sims with defensive anti-air fire. Especially with so many carriers out there now, I find defensive fire was very effective in the past. Is it as effective now? No, I don't know. But I mean, if you were to set your anti-air sector, which you can see Mix here has, that anti-air, defensive anti-air gives you a pretty good bonus. So something to consider. Now you're doing that at the expense of speed, so you can't relocate as quickly and that sort of thing. But under the new carrier meta, I've gotten really good at sitting in destroyer smoke and using my defensive fire to shoot down planes that try to circle around me and go for the kill. You can see that in some of my replays that I've submitted. I think I put a Benham, whatever, preview recently this week. Check that out, and you can see exactly how I play that. Carriers don't bother me in Destroyer as much as they bother a lot of other players, and you just have to learn how to deal with them, if that makes any sense. Oh, also worth note, you've got the shorter torpedoes. You're running the 7-kilometer assassination torps, as opposed to the default 9.2 kilometer torps.
Attention, reporting the target position.
Yeah, Kid anti-air is amazing with defensive fire. Now, wait. Aren't Sims 6.6 kilometer or 9.2? Do you have... You don't have torpedo acceleration, do you? Now you let yourself get spotted here. I wouldn't have done that. I would have smoked up, slowed down and smoked beforehand. Because as soon as you get spotted, and especially now that you start shooting, he's gonna see you and he's probably gonna try to make some sort of adjustment, anticipating torpedoes coming in. And there it is. As you can see now, he is going bow on to you. Doesn't matter anyway. I mean, the carrier kind of wrecked your drop because he was forced to turn anyways. You were running your Rooster Captain on your Sims. Okay, so you are running the other torps than the 7-kilometer torps. I didn't. Maybe they got buffed. I think they got buffed. They used to be 6.6, and I think they got buffed up to 7. Either way, Octorev is currently flooding and on double fire. Now the nice thing about Sims torps is they reload relatively quickly. As you can see, Mix here only has another 15 seconds before he can fire his torps again. Okay, so Benson torps did get changed then, so it's 10.5 for the longer ones. It's got to be 7 kilometer for the short ones. Like I said, it used to be 6.6, but...
Engine boost activated.
I would not torp yet, because you want to see what he does as he gets closer, if he's going to stay bow onto you or not. Right on the bow. Yeah, I don't even bother torping now. He's dead. And hold those torps for another target. The shorter one's 65 knots, yeah. And that's part of the reason why you do the shorter torps, and you can do the shorter torps in the Benson, because it turns it into a bit of an assassination boat. If you can get within, you know, basically if you're spotted, you can hit the target, and if you're going away from a target, you can also get some torpedoes that way too. You notice you shot down a plane. You're doing some damage to the enemy aircraft, so it's kind of nice. Change your sector, which is a good call there. Now you're going to come out of smoke, get detected for a little bit, and you're in a beautiful position to duel this Moss. There's not much that the Moss can do about it. I might have sent some torpedoes off at him just to kind of block his area to maneuver. What's up, SAT score? Now, there's so many changes that are made to this game now, it's hard to keep track of everything, so I do apologize if I call stuff out inaccurately. But now that SAT score is here, I know I'll be corrected immediately.
Torpedoes to starboard.
Now, I understand you're trying to stay away from the Legal here, so you're trying to keep out from under his guns. But in the process of doing that, you're not really able to do much about this Moss, and I would have liked to have seen you been more over on this side. Again, if you had torped into the island there, just try to restrict the Moss's movement a bit. That would help. This Moss is going to come out, and what he's going to do is he's going to go for like a quick torpedo hit on the Koenig. But your shots basically told him, nah. I should know everything. It's so hard to keep everything straight. It's so hard. And that's what I was talking about. Oh well. Amalot, how's it going? Don't forget, guys, you can get into the raffle. In order to win, you have to enter the raffle and you must be following. I'm supposed to be a god at this game. Yeah, well, I'm a god at some parts. Other parts, not so much. Knowing data? Nah. There's so much to keep straight. That's why I love running these mods here. Like this one that tells me all this key information about enemy ships and even my own team. Anyway, Mike is it Mike or Mix? You're doing the right thing here, going into B cap. Put the pressure on them. Now, after the cap, I would go in this way. I know it's a meme to go hunt the carrier, but you only have the Legal that's sitting there trying to defend the carrier. I mean, you could literally go up there and just, you know, totally ambush it with your torps. Yeah, it does change pretty quick, doesn't it? I mean, it's nice that Wargaming changes stuff, and, you know, is very interested in balance and that sort of thing. On the flip side, though, it is harder to keep everything straight, as the Scharnhorst gets an easy secondary kill. Mutsuki got spotted. Now, that Mutsuki is 7.5 kilometers away from you, and according to here, he's got 8-kilometer torpedoes. So you should be thinking about torpedoes coming your way. I think you are, because you're changing direction. And the Shore's torpedoes, Tier 5 Russian battleship, the Peter Velinsky, or Vlinky. That's unfortunate. Yes, this is the Sims counter. You've got the ability now, you're in torpedo range, the Scharnhorst. Scharnhorst probably is running secondary build, at least he got a secondary kill earlier, so I would think he might be. So you want to be thinking about that. His secondaries have not opened up though, which tells me he might be running manual secondaries and simply might have forgotten to target you. Nice kill.
Enemy battleship destroyed.
Yeah, the Wiki team does struggle to keep up with changes often, especially when they make like large-scale sweeping changes. Those are my favorite. Now, good call not going into sea there. You got that shores coming your way, and nobody is really available to do anything about him right now. You have no more battleships. They've got a new Yuck, but I don't know if that really matters. The Exeter, though, is in an interesting position. Garrick Ducat? Nice name, nerd. Anyway, you know, he can get in there, put some pressure on the Legale, and he might even be able to go after the Ranger next. But you've got that shores coming your way. No, you didn't miss the Buffalo counter. See, like right here. Now, I wouldn't be running guns at all. I would just have your torpedoes armed. You don't want to shoot, and if you keep on going back and forth, the shores knows that somebody's targeting him, and it's most likely going to be the destroyer. You realized for a second there, crap, my anti-air was on, and you see what happens there. The shores saw you, caught a glimpse. For whatever reason, he's chosen to turn in, though, instead of turn out. So that's kind of an interesting decision. He's trying to press the advantage and go for decap, when he really doesn't need it. So that's a silly mistake on his part. You have the ability to send long-range torps now, but again, don't change back like that, because when you telegraph your maneuvers to him, you're telegraphing that you're sending torps. So you've decided to sit and pew-pew. Now this is a very dangerous decision, because there's nobody really to keep him spotted except maybe the Kirov and the carrier. And more importantly, while you're sitting here in the smoke, this shores is getting closer to you. And you saw earlier he torpedoed the Peter Valinsky, so I would be thinking this guy is pretty good at close quarters engagements. So be thinking about that. Here's an opportunity to switch to AP because he's sideways to you. So you can get a little bit of some penetrating hits with AP now. And those torpedoes that you fired won't matter. Oh, IFHE Sims? Are you serious? Oh, that's right, you said it was your Worcester captain, so... Still, I think if you would have switched to AP for those broadside shots, you might have had him down already. Nice. Oh, are we gonna get a double strike here? Sims has such great torpedo traverse. No double strike, but you get a Kraken.
Torpedoes to starboard. Engine boost activated.
I love that sound effect of activating the engine boost. It just sounds like you're ready to start running. And all of a sudden, you went from a clear loss, just like the Fiji game. You went from something that was looking like it was an easy loss to, holy crap, we're gonna win this one. New York is using the icicle camo, so I guess you probably want to set them on fire, try to melt those icicles a little. That's what I would do. Why not? That's right. Oh, he's not running the ISO camo. He's running naked camo. And so is the Ranger. Alright, it's even better. Now, you could be a total jerk and, like, charge the island that the New York is going into, and then just torp him as he comes around the corner. That would be absolutely hilarity. but it means that you can't be shooting him and getting spotted and doing that.
Smoke generator started.
But it looks like you're going to go for the safer option, which is just sit back and pew 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 pew. What is that ranger's name? Bad Luck Master? I don't know if I'd want somebody on my team named Bad Luck Master. Now you got the ability to send some torps his way. I might do that now. On the other end of the island here. In other words, I would send some torps right here. As soon as as soon as this New York committed to this location, he's probably not going to slow down since he's under fire from multiple targets. So, see what I mean? Hey, there's nothing wrong with smoking for yourself. That's how you get that, that's how you do damage for free, man. Yeah, just say you're a British destroyer main. There's the torp kill.
Enemy battleship sunk.
Now, had you torped earlier in that exit, you could have gotten a jump start on shooting that ranger. Not like it really matters that much. You're clearly going to win. SAT brings up a really good point. A lot of times your allies don't know how to use your smoke or are unable to use your smoke to their advantage. So you're almost better off using it for yourself, because if you use it for your allies and then they drop anchor and then they get torped in that smoke, well, you haven't done much to help them. Anyway, thanks for that replay. That was fun to watch. And then next up is going to be our Z52. So let's get that one launched as Dasha asks, if you mad? And let's draw. And here we go. Panzur, congratulations, sir. Z52 in the current meta, yes indeed, SA.